Activity 1, drawing a tangent. And from this activity, we want to show that we can draw only one tangent to a point on a circle. So you can do it in two ways. First, you can try touching the point on the circle. So you keep drawing line to a point and then see whether you can draw one tangent or more than one tangent to that point. And second, you can directly pass a line through this and see whether that line can be a tangent or not. So we'll try both. So we draw a circle first, then we take a point P on it like this here, and then we draw a line that just touches this point, and this line is a tangent because it touches the point P at only one point. Now I want to try a different line that is slightly off this line and see will that line touch the point P. So here is that line. I've taken a very small angle from the tangent that I drew in the black, and I want to see whether this touches at point P or not. It seems here that it is touching point P because the angle is so small that it is difficult to tell here whether it is touching at a different point or at point P. So I want to take a curve around point P like this here, and then I'll draw a line, this line. Let's say this is tangent at point P. I drew in the black. I haven't colored it black here. This is the tangent here, and then the other line, the line I drew in blue, which was at slightly off from this or had a very small angle to this line. This line, you can see here, it is not touching exactly at the same point. When I draw this line, let's remove the tangent here. So when I draw this line, or let's say I move this tangent, then that tangent would just come off that point P, and it would be touching at some other point like this here. So you can say that even if you move the line slightly from the tangent, then it is going to touch the circle at a very different point, but not exactly at the same point. So that's what this line does. It's going to touch at some different point. Then I can draw one more. It is going to touch at some other point, but not at point P. Then I can pass a line through P. But why am I passing a line through P? It's because a tangent is a line that touches the circle at only one point. So this line is going to touch the circle at point P. That means it's going to touch the circle, but it also touches at the far end at other point. It's not touching at only one point, rather two. But what if I limit this line to up till point P? Then would I consider it a tangent because it is just touching the circle? Let's see. Now let's take this curve around point P and zoom in on here. I've shown it very thick line so that I could illustrate that what drawing these lines looks like, or how this tangent and other line on point P are going to work. So let's say this is point P and this is the tangent. Well, now you could say that I have taken the curve around point P so thick, and this line is way thinner than this. Well, accuracy is not my point here. Rather, I want to convey that how I can draw a line around P here. So I'm not I'm sacrificing accuracy here just to illustrate the point. And you can draw a line that touches the point P. So here it is the tangent. Then, and you know that a circle and a line are collection of points. So they are going to be collection of and these points are so small that their size is almost zero. So when a line or a point on a line touches a point on a circle, so some portion of those points on the point on a line and a point on the circle are going to touch, like this one here. The line and the point P are touching, so a point on P and a point on circle, some of their portion are touching and other portions are left. I mean, the rest of the portion, they are not touching. So on point P, I can draw a line that touches at some other portion of the point, like this here, and then like this here. Yes, they are touching at the point P, but at some different location or some different portion of point P, not exactly at the same point where the tangent touches it. So as long as they are touching point P, can I say that they are tangent? Well, if you look at these lines are, as long as these lines are touching point P, except the line that I said was tangent, these lines are not going to touch. These lines are going to touch the point P, but they are also going to go inside the circle and eventually touch some point on the circle, because if they are inside the circle, then certainly when they exit the circle, they are going to intersect the circle. So they are going to touch the circle at 2 points. That's not the definition of tangent. So these two lines, I've ruled them out for being a tangent. Now, this case, can I draw a line that just touches the point P and can I consider this line to be a tangent? Well, no, actually, because if I extend this line, then this line is going to touch the point P, going to pass through it, but then it would go inside the circle, and when it eventually exits the circle, it is going to intersect it. So it is going to touch the circle at 2 points. So you could say that I need some more clarity over the definition of tangent, that it touches the circle at only 1 point, but when it touches the point, it should move away from the circle, never touching it again. That's what a tangent is. It should move away and never touch the circle again. And you can conclude here that I can draw only one tangent to a circle.